So tell us your name again.
I'm Brandon Geyer. You can find me at David Medina Army, David Medina PDX, media correspondent. So last night, came down, document, do all that good stuff. And then Antifa militants, I like to call them, they were getting very hostile towards one individual over here. They were screaming profanities and obscenities at each other for what seemed to be like an hour and a half.
Was it a woman?
It was a woman.
With the flag?
With the flag. First she was carrying a sign and it was upside down. And I asked her, why do you carry that flag upside down? And she was making fun of the people that had the sign a couple nights ago that got a picture and it was upside down. So I left back to my car, came back about 35 minutes later. I noticed that they were pressing her up here. They had her surrounded right in front of the door, kind of right here.
Like in that little cove? Or
right
over here, okay.
And so I stood back. They pressed her. One woman got close to her. She took out her pepper spray and pepper sprayed the woman in front of her. That woman turned. Everybody walked away. She started walking back a little bit. Walking backwards, she didn't want to turn her back to him. So she was walking backwards. I was eventually waiting for her to walk backwards all the way up here, and then hopefully everything would settle out. But then there was a man, fully blacked out, mask, everything, comes from the circle that they were sitting at where they were treating the woman who got maced. He walks up, does the exchange of the mace, walks up, sprays the woman right here like 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like all over. And so she turns, she pulls her head mask over her face, over her hood over her face, and then she gets grabbed from behind by another person and just yanked to the ground, horse collar. She falls to the ground, and then what assumed to be, I think, a priest walked up and was standing right next to her. At that point, I was walking through.
Was he helping her or what?
He was just standing next to her.
Okay.
Just standing next to her. At that point, I was walking up to her, and then that's when she was being surrounded again. DHS came down. They treated her for being maced in the face, and then they put her in handcuffs and brought her through that door. About 45 minutes later, they came out and did a targeted arrest, I believe, on the woman that they
saw pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
Do you know why they arrested the girl who got pepper spray? There were some people saying online maybe to get her out safely.
I would assume that.
Yeah.
I would assume that because she had asked me, hey, can you help me get to my car? And I was going to help her get to her car, but that's when DHS put her in the cuffs and brought her this way. I would assume it's policy to put somebody in cuffs when you bring them through from the streets.
Right.
Which is a smart thing to do, just for safety concerns and all that. So that happened, and then it was just chaos again, man. Last night was a little bit different.
So then something happened to you, right?
Yeah, I was walking through their encampment, just filming, documenting, kind of talking about how they were doxing ICE agents, and there's, alleged hits on ICE agents.
There was a report that there was going to be a group going to one of the local agents' house to protest at the park beside her house and keep her up all night. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that. I've been seeing reports coming from a little bit south of the border, and then coming out of Arizona, mainly towards Chicago. But I did not hear about that incident. So I was just talking about that stuff, how they're doxing people. They're putting people's names on the internet, their families, everything. As I was walking through, and I said, with Jesus Christ, I shall fear no evil. And Jesus got my back, man. I walk, I document, and you see how hateful they are.
But they surrounded you.
They surrounded me. That's one of their tactics. They surrounded me. They don't like when you call them out. And then after calling
especially
them out,
when you're alone.
Yeah, alone, 100% alone, by myself, 2 o'clock in the morning. When you call them out, the next best thing to do is call them in, and that's what I was trying to do. Call them in, bring them close to Jesus. They don't want to have any of it. So I get surrounded. That's just their tactics, man. That's just their tactics. And then when I go home, social media stuff, I post all my videos. Immediate hate all over social media. I've got screenshots and all that of Instagram accounts. Terrible things they say about the person that I work with. Terrible things they say about me, and they don't even know who I am.
So they're immediately responding to your posts?
My posts, yeah. And,
wow.
And then they're going even further than that, which is crazy. And it's just nuts. And
so I was talking to one of the residents, and they said that there was an assault at about 1:30 at this corner. Do you know anything about that?
I don't. I'm not.
Said that the guy was held down and was screaming for help, and
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
So it was a crazy night for a
It was.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, for a Wednesday or Thursday night, it was, and it went up until wee hours of the morning, like early in the morning, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. There was cars driving by at about midnight, and at about midnight there was a blue Tesla driving through here, honking their horns, playing loud bass music, and it's unfortunate because this is what the residents have to listen to, man,
Right.
every single night, and so ICE agents shine a light on them. They run into the median up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a Tesla, so it ran up on that curb and had to back out, and it crunched out of the curb.
That island in the middle?
Yeah, right there on the island over there. And so then he pulls around a couple more times, and they're just antagonistic. And
That was the guy that wouldn't stop his horn.
then
Like
what?
he held his
Yeah,
horn the whole time.
Blue Tesla.
Yeah.
I believe that's the same guy. So it's costume party again tonight, man.
So to sum that up, a lady got maced, you got surrounded and harassed.
Yeah.
A guy may have gotten assaulted, we don't have enough details. And
Yeah.
then a guy was
I don't
blaring
know
his
that one.
horn all night.
Yeah, and then what they're also doing, man, is they're sending threats up to the ICE agents, verbal threats. Even more so last night than I've heard, talking about their children and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate. The verbal stuff has gotten a little bit more, I guess you could say, violent.
I was talking to the police earlier. I interviewed them for a second and asked if they empathize with the ICE agents after what they went through in the 2020s. And yeah, he said he did, but he also said it's a job they take. What do you think about that?
I feel like there's some good seats and bad seats. I feel like there's also people that sign up for the position to have a job. And then I also feel like there's, in my opinion, I feel some of it's been infiltrated. And I also feel like people don't care. It sucks when some police officers just don't care. They receive orders, and in my opinion, you're supposed to uphold the Constitution and the law. And I've witnessed firsthand police watching assaults happen right in front of them, and they are ordered to not go away from their post. They're ordered to stand their post. That's based off evidence is what I see. You know.
One part of the story I'm sort of noticing is that Antifa is very well organized, very well funded. We know this. And they're smart. They change tactics and kind of mix things up as things happen on the ground. As the MAGA and Patriot side is coming out, there's no organization, there's no funding. It's working class people. It's people whose cars are getting destroyed and their lives are getting doxxed because they're speaking out on the other side. What do you say to people at home that like see this happening and there's no organization, there's no support on your side? You're out here alone.
Yeah, man. First of all, this man is one of the greatest interviewees I've ever seen, man. I love this guy. Second of all, I'm never alone. I got Jesus. That's one thing that keeps me going. Is I've got the support of Jesus, and I know that if I do things in His will and in His way, I will be protected out here. It's crazy because I was just thinking about that yesterday. How I've seen Antifa militants surround reporters and attack them for lesser of what I'm reporting on. I walked in and I wouldn't call it antagonizing, but I'm saying the truth here. They don't like it, and they didn't attack me. I believe in the spiritual realm, and I believe that's how Jesus protects me. They attacked other people, and those people aren't saying prayers before they go out and report. They're not putting Jesus into their soul and into their heart before they go out and they report. With Jesus, I believe that I'm protected. Second, not having the funding, not having like the mayor and the governor and the Portland Police Force, and having everybody against people like me, people like everybody walking around trying to report the truth, people like who I report for, getting smear campaigned by major news networks every single day, those are the real warriors, right? Because you're right, they don't have the support. What they do have the support of is millions of other people that are tired of this stuff here in their own city, in their own state, and even in their own country. It's not only happening here in Portland. It's all over the country, man, especially in Democrat-ran cities, Democrat-ran states. It's something that we just got to get out there and get our voice out there, man, and continue, no matter what. No matter if they attack us, if they smear us, if they dox us, if they go after our families, we're going to continue, at least for me, I can speak for myself, I'm going to continue to report the truth. And that's just exactly what I see. I'm not changing any topics, I'm not changing any subjects, I'm not clipping anything to get clickbait. That's another thing, is there's a lot of social media influencers walking around out here, and that's what they're out here doing, is trying to make money off of the clickbait. We're not out here doing that. People like this guy interviewing me, getting the truth, raw, real stuff happening, and I think that's what people need to back up. You know, I don't care how much money gets flooded into the other side. I don't care how much donations, how much this. It's good versus evil, and pull the evil out of them, and maybe even get them to come to what we're trying to do. We can all come together, and that's what our country's supposed to be, because there's division, too much division, way too much division.
One last question for you, man. Thank you for talking. I think you're hitting on something that's maybe important here. Do you think there is a spiritual side to this story, light and dark?
Yeah.
Is that going on in the streets right now?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. You see demonic possessions right in front of you. And when you rebuke the evil in the name of Jesus, now there's some viewers on here, I bet, that are like, what the heck is this guy talking about? But there's also viewers on here that do understand what I'm talking about. So let's talk about that. When you rebuke the evil in the name of Jesus, Satan doesn't like hearing Jesus' name. Satan doesn't like when people who walk with Jesus come into their pride. And I feel that even if you give something to Jesus, giving something to Jesus, walk with Jesus, try it out. Understand that when you do it, you will receive not only the blessings, but you will receive the protection. A lot of these reporters, they have millions of people praying for them. I mean, millions of people praying for them. I get hit up every single day saying, you remind me of my son. You remind me of this person. I'm praying for you guys, because it's prayer that keeps us safe. The spiritual realm is real. And if you've experienced it, you understand it. But if you're wanting to experience it, open up the Bible and start reading about history. Because in Revelations, history will repeat itself. It has repeated itself, and things are happening that can't be considered more than just a coincidence. Or they can't be considered just a coincidence. It's more than just a coincidence, man. We got God with us.
All right, I said that was the last question, but people are saying that you're David Medina. You're not David Medina.
Not David Medina, no.
Can you give us your X handle one more time so
Yeah,
people know who
my
you are?
X handle, I changed it. I changed it to my actual Instagram handle, which is Geyer Digital. I'm Geyer Digital. I go by Donnie. Just a local photographer in the Pacific Northwest, man.
And that's Geyer, G-U-Y-E-R?
Just like it sounds, yes, sir. And I got on with David Medina, media correspondent for David Medina PDX.
Oh, that's why people are saying, okay, got it.
Yeah,
cool.
so David Medina is essentially my boss.
Okay, got it. Maybe he's watching. Hey, David.
Hey, David, if you're watching, what's up, buddy?
Thanks for talking, Donnie. Be safe out here, man. Please be safe. Watch your back.
Oh, yeah. God
Appreciate
bless
you.
man.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. I'll see you here in a little bit.